kind of where we were, so everyone's on the same page?
Hey. Um, so last week, Shadow under the mountain, Eberron. We had just kind of wrapped up the fight with the corrupted queen hive uh robot thing. Um, she moved aside. Looks like she had been covering like a stairwell going down, and the stairwell led to this large room with windows in it, with a whole bunch of placards everywhere. The placards saying like, "Here is the Crystal Dome, where the Sorcerer King, our Chaos, is trapped. We couldn't kill him. I mean, we did, but he kind of came back, and so all we could do was trap him. And this Eternal Machine is supposed to self-repair and keep him there forever. Don't go down into the Crystal Dome unless you have to, and you can figure out a way to kill him. Otherwise, if he gets out, it's real bad." We leave this place after a little bit, and answered a few questions like, "Oh, does the door to the eternal prison close back up? Can we take our crystals with us and stuff?" Yes. We go back to our bastion, level up to level 8. Yay. Middle of the night, Lyra makes decisions and leaves. Torque chases her, but she is fast on a horse that teleports. And she went back to the Jade Prison to visit one of the inhabitants, one of the prisoners that happened to be a sword. And it tries to take control, and thankfully she has a really good charisma save. And it says, "First, no more other masters," which seemed to imply that something else or someone else was kind of edging their way in her mind. She went to go find a scabbard for this giant sword. Ask the Duke to meet, since we've made discoveries since visiting the Jade Prison. Torque goes to visit Lady Shadash to talk about the Duke, how we can find some more information about his trustworthiness. And then eventually we go to the Duke because he's like, "Hey, this is fascinating. Come to dinner." And when we get to dinner, or it's not just him. It's a table full of people. Many dignitaries and movers and shakers of the town are also present, and that's where we left at, because someone requested a cliffhanger, and that was a very good cliffhanger.
Okay, so yeah, the door's open. You see a it's the large dining room you guys have seen before as you pass through. There's a large sort of U-shaped set of tables that have been set up, and all around those tables are seated a lot of people you do recognize, a lot of other people you don't recognize, but they're all very well dressed. This is very clearly a formal kind of dinner party. And you're kind of gestured towards a bunch of seats at the end of one of the arms of the table that have been left open.
As you know, we are brought in and see all these people. Glimmer starts to panic a little and finds her seat. I guess near the closest one available to the door.
So it's like Virgil feels incredibly out of place here, and though there's no feeling of awkwardness, so to speak, because that's not really something he can quantify as an emotion. He feels very much like this is not where he belongs.
Yeah, there's probably what, like 30 people or something like that in attendance. And, like Torque would recognize Lady Shadesh is sitting at the table over there. All the rest of you would also notice the Tolkrists sitting near where the Lady Shadesh is, and a whole lot of other people who are various set up from all other places. Like you guys are also not the only ones who are here with somewhat of a less noble aspect. There's some people here who look more workaday, but are clearly of higher position because their clothes are well put together, but they're not like noble clothes. Though you've never met them before. There's one person who's sitting fairly close to the Duke, but not right next to. She's just like a few seats down, who's sitting there in a set of shining plate armor.
I would like to sit next to that person.
You cannot. There are no open seats next to her.
Is there an open seat across from her?
No, everybody's seated around the outside of the U, and the only available seats is a selection of seats down by the left end. She's at like the corner of the right end of the far other side.
Of course. Then I take up a seat as next to Glimmer as I can sit. Just 'cause I'm not...
Ezekiel's also up fairly close to where the Duke is. He's carrying on with somebody up there and laughing and having a grand old time.
Yeah, so I would, so Lyra did not pay attention to the fact that this was going to be this kind of dinner, and she is also in full armor. And my sword is attached to my back. Like, I look like I'm dressed to go to battle, not dressed to have dinner.
As you guys are making your way to your seats, the usher who had let you in and pointed you out to the seats announces you all and goes over the heroes of Shadowgate and lists off each of your names one by one as you're walking by. And everyone stops and turns to look at you as you come in.
I do the typical correction. It's Lyra, not Lyra.
Eventide likes the attention and sparkles obnoxiously.
And can I, seeing that she likes it, push her ahead of the group to just bask in the joy of it? Fantastic.
Is everyone here then more formally dressed?
Most of them are fairly well dressed, but you're not sure if it's like it's not like they dressed black tie for a special event. It's just they're well off people who dress well.
Okay. No, I'm just trying to figure out something in my character, but okay.
Like Lord and Lady Tolkrist are here, but like you've met them before because you did the whole thing saving their daughter and all that, but they're not dressed significantly better than they were when they met with you. So they haven't like stepped it up all that much.
Did Glimmer put on her fancy clothes?
I did not put on my fine clothes, but I still have my very fancy wolf pelt over as a sash, kind of.
As you all make your way to your seats and sit down, the Duke stands up, raises a glass and tings it with a fork, and everyone turns from watching you enter to look back at the Duke. He says, welcome all to our semi-regular meeting. Just an opportunity for all of us to, of course, touch base, make connections, see if there's anything we need to work out between us with regards to the city. Enjoy the food, enjoy the company, and if any of you have business, there are several rooms that you can take off to the side if you need to discuss in private, as per usual. But most business should probably take place after the dinner. Please enjoy. And he sits back down.
I lean over to Glimmer and whisper, like, an air-quoted, for business.
I don't think that's how this generally works here.
I see you eye on Radzikiel. I'm more insightful than you realize. Or is it observant? I'm not wordy.
Dear, if I decide to make a play on Ezekiel, it will be quite the affair. It will not be quiet.
So
We won't need a back room.
you'll need to be out in the middle of nowhere. Did he just wink at you?
Yes.
I start blushing and just looking down. I've become the total, my parents are flirting with each other child.
Though I'm puzzled. If this is a meeting of the movers and shakers, I'm surprised we didn't hear about it previously.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't remember that we were supposed to have dinner with the dude.
This is what happens when you don't get enough rest because you're out late.
Yes. Yes. Well, I just couldn't sleep.
Mm-hmm. For someone so insightful, you have a very bad way of lying.
I couldn't sleep. Physically could not sleep.
As you guys are conversing, a couple of people dressed in the Duke's service livery start pushing around some carts which have various types of little finger foods and everything like that on them, and they're just quietly leaning in and explaining what the options are and offering you any of them if you want to have them. As things, so there's little mini quiches and cheeses and things like that.
I accept the first and second thing they offer, and then I'm like, no, thank you.
Proper etiquette is to take something of everything, and not, if you don't want it, you at least try it.
Right. But if I need to fight, I can't do so on a full stomach.
Let's hope there's no fighting tonight.
You never know what we'll get called out to. I live life on call.
And I'll be taking stuff and putting it on her plate and putting some on Eventide's plate and so on and so forth.
And I take the tiniest bites of everything. One tiny bite just to make Glimmer feel happy that I'm tasting everything. And I spend a lot of time just pushing it around on my plate. At one point looking over at Eventide, do you know what this is?
No, but it's tasty.
Figures you'd like it, it's green.
I would just shrug and keep shoveling. Right into my mouth.
Where do you put it all?
Yeah, my 2'9" self.
I'm just imagining a meat pie, and she's like...
Yeah, you're really gonna eat all that?
I will note this is just the appetizer course.
Virgil doesn't eat anything.
I know
Like
Torch
ever.
doesn't. He doesn't have a mouth.
Yeah, we're both just looking there like.
I feel like they come up to you guys, you and Torque, and they're like, "Would you like?" And you're like, "Here's the plate. Please take it. I don't eat."
Well, they do ask if there's anything they can get either of you. They seem a little uncomfortable, but more because they just don't know the procedures for dealing with Warforged, really.
Waiter, a jar of your finest oil. Just there fixing all the joints.
as the evening goes on, it's unless anyone wants to get up and interrupt things, everything seems pretty good. You see a lot of little conversations going on around the tables, various people leaning across and chatting with people.
I think most of my time is still just going to be like eyeing down the table at the Duke. I'm not appreciating the surprise.
Give me a perception check, Glimmer.
Let's go. Nat 20 for a 23.
You notice the Duke isn't eating anything. Servants are serving him things, and he's picking things up with his fork and lifting them up and smelling them, but he seems to always have some reason to put the fork back down and then talk to somebody else, and then the servants will eventually clear it off of his plate without being eaten.
Interesting.
And also, Lyra, can I get a perception check from you? This one only has a DC of 15.
18!
The other lady in the plate mail across the tables from you
Yeah.
is shooting you glances every now and then and holding your gaze for a moment and then looking away and looking at the Duke and then glancing back at you and then trying to busy herself with her food.
Does she look familiar?
You may have seen her around. Give me I don't even know what to do for that. History check? It doesn't really apply.
Oh, I'm
Or a religion
screwed.
check?
Oh, I'm screwed. Both of them are a -1. For a 5. I know nothing about this check. So I'm gonna do...
Her suit's
But
real shiny.
I say, I'm gonna do what anybody would do. When she stops looking at me and turns to look at the Duke and enter a conversation, I'm just gonna lean over to Glimmer and be like, "Do you know who that is?"
The Duke.
No, the chicken plate mail.
I will note she's not smiling at you when she's glancing at you.
Right. Like I'm getting discomfort, not not curious vibes.
It's a bit of both, but more of a what danger is this kind of a curiosity.
Yeah, no, I'm just getting like she's making me uncomfortable.
She also looks really uncomfortable herself, for that matter.
Oh, that's fair. Same.
Yeah, Glimmer, if you want to figure out who she is, again, same. It's either a history or a religion check.
History it is. Not too great. 14, though.
You're pretty sure you know. You almost can pick it out, but you can't quite get it out of your top of your head.
It'll come back to you later.
I'm just... the tip of my tongue, I'm sure as soon as we leave, I'll remember exactly who she is.
It's okay. I'm sure you'll remember later. I mean, there is a lot going on in this room. There are so many conversations.
I'd agree.
I-
You can
Good.
stop eating now if you
Oh,
want.
thank goodness.
The Duke, our host, is not eating anything.
Oh, so I don't feel so bad that I'm not eating all of it. Good, because I'm starting to feel sick to my stomach from the level of tension I'm picking up in this room. And I like to imagine Lyra has like the ADHD overwhelmed by this quantity of conversations feeling like she's listening to everybody and nobody at the exact same time, and it's just overwhelming for her on a sensory level. So she's just like, I want to not people right now.
Give me a perception check with charisma instead of wisdom. Just to try and read the room.
Okay. So do I still get so I get advantage on perception. Do I still get that?
Yeah, we're just changing the base stat. Because I think it's
Okay.
more of a feeling out the vibes of the room rather than
Okay. So it
like
would be
instinctual.
it would be a +2 instead of a +1. It's gonna roll with a +1.
What are you
So
doing?
we'll just add 1 to whatever I get. So it'd be a 15.
Which is just enough because we're sitting in the same DC of 15. The room, like everyone here, seems fairly tense. You can tell, like, pick up. There are some relationships that seem comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of others where this is clearly not like a grand social event where people are here to party.
Is there? So I'm having a hard time visualizing the table. I know you said it's like U-shaped, if I understood that right.
It's U-shaped, but everyone's seated sort of around the outside edges so that
Right.
the servants can get into the middle and serve everybody from in there.
Right. Okay. So, and we're in the this is the U. We're down in the corner.
Yeah, you're down at the end of when you walked in, it was the right-hand arm that you're at the base
Okay.
of.
Okay.
The Duke is sitting at the middle of the base of the U.
Where did Glimmer end up sitting? Like on
at
the
the end of the table.
At the end of the table, the closest to the door.
Okay. Okay. So if I'm sitting next to Glimmer, then it's probably even tied next to me. And who's across from me? On the table across from me.
That would be, there's, I don't have a full list of people, so I'm trying to think about who it would be. There's 2 people you see who are in fairly comfortable conversation.
Okay.
One of them is a dwarvish woman with red hair who's in tight whispered conversation with an elvish guy next to her who seems like a complete stuffed up ass and is not, he's being really dismissive towards her, and she's trying to get him to pay attention to what she's trying to say.
Okay. I definitely don't want to ask them then.
You've never seen either of them before.
Yeah. So my thing is, I'm trying to find, is there someone nearby that I can ask without shouting if it's normally like this? Because this sounds like this is a meeting that occurs regularly.
There would be even tied then Virgil or Torque or Virgil,
Right.
and then the rest of the people. So that's at least 3 people down would be the next person, and the next person down you've never seen before either.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna play ignorant fool. Is the Duke currently in an open, active conversation with somebody?
Yes.
Okay. As soon as they have, I'm gonna say noticeably ended their conversation, I'm gonna not yell, but I'm gonna say loudly, firmly, call the Duke, get the Duke's attention, basically, be like, "Excuse me, Duke."
Okay, there is an immediate hush that falls over the entire room as everyone stops whatever
Fantastic.
conversation they're having and
Fully
turns to look at you.
expected. Fully expected. Pardon my ignorance in this, but it seems extremely tense in this room at this moment. Is it normally like this?
This is a meeting, not a party. It's where we can come together to discuss all of our interests and make sure that we're all on the same page regarding the further directions of the city moving forward. We faced some really significant challenges over the last year, and everyone has some significant problems that need resolving. So I imagine there is tension, yes.
Just making sure I understand what I'm feeling in the room. I didn't want to misinterpret anything.
Feel free to bring up your concerns with anyone else around the table once we get past the dinner section of the evening.
Absolutely. Thank you.
That's part of one of the reasons I invited you, is to make sure you all get invited to your fellow peers around the city. A meet and greet, so to speak. And he goes back to the conversation he was starting up as you
Right.
interrupted him.
Absolutely. And I just kind of look.
Clearly dismissing you.
Oh no, and that's fine. And I totally I feel like we mutually do the exact same behavior. Question answered, cool, we're done. He goes back to his thing, and I turn and look at Glimmer, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to come back. I don't want to come to the next meeting. And I don't it's not loud, but I'm just quietly telling Glimmer, yeah, I don't want to come back. I don't want to come to the next meeting. You can be the liaison.
Give me another regular perception check.
Oh, Farfig Newton.
This one's not hard.
Ooh, nat 20! That's a 21.
The lady in armor is staring at you.
Good.
Lady
like,
who?
The lady in armor that we don't know the name
Lady
of.
in armor.
So
Got
like,
it.
I lean over and talk to Glimmer, and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't wanna come back to the next meeting." And I'm not like, if she's glaring at me, I'm not taking my eyes off of her. I'm accepting the stare down challenge.
I think the idea is that we now are considered people of note in the town, and if there are problems, then I'm sure a lot of people are struggling and trying to recover from what happened at the dead rising.
Right.
And so I don't think people want to be here, but they are here.
I don't know that they're going to want someone of my youth. Because as I'm looking around, I feel like I'm looking at everybody that's older than me. I feel like I'm the youngest person in the room.
Well, unfortunately, you've had a lot of experiences that have been forced upon us in recent times, and that has impacted the place we live and the people in it, and whether people want to brush off your age is a them problem.
By being the youngest, I'm also probably the least experienced in this room.
At persuasion and diplomacy, perhaps, but that hasn't been our purpose.
No, swing weapon, hit target.
In fairness, that is also how I tend to deal with matters.
I mean, you were also announced as the heroes of Shadowgate. They don't necessarily know everything you guys have done, but they do know about like the undead invasion and being the key elements who stopped it.
I don't think you will necessarily have to come back if you do not want to, but for
I'm
now...
just saying I know I'm not the brains of this operation. I know I'm not super smart. I know I'm young, and I know that. And I know I don't know everything.
And that is an intelligent thing to say.
The fact that you're saying that, I know I have an intelligence of 8. It's not even that, it's just reality. I know reality.
Well, the reality is you know that you don't know what you don't know, and you surround yourself with people who do.
Well, that's true. Great, so you do all the talking, and I'll play your bodyguard.
A smart person also knows when to not speak, and while I may know things, whether through research or age, like you, there's plenty I don't know, and I choose not to be part of those discussions. So I'm not mingling with these other people of the city. I know why we're here. I'm not sure what is expected of us here.
I don't know. I don't know if they want to mingle with us. Like as I'm looking around, I stop looking. I'm talking with Glimmer and briefly again glance around the table. There's not nice looks coming our way, or at least my way.
Well, I don't have an answer as to why. I can't figure out who that person is, but
Figure it out later.
if our reputation is what it is, then it is also steeped in violence. And like our friend down at the end of the table, you are not dressed in a non-threatening manner.
I didn't know this was a dress-up affair. I thought this was a meeting.
A dinner, yes.
Yeah.
So one could
missed
say
the
that it
meal
is.
part.
I see. Well, I suppose just push your food around, make the time go by, and we will eventually get our chance to have our meeting with the Duke, perhaps, and we can move on from there.
I nod and I go back to kind of pushing things around on my plate, and while I'm pushing food around on my plate, I spend most of the time looking around the table. And if someone stops to like not just glance at me but to stare for a moment, if I catch it, I'm gonna lock eyes with them immediately. And not like challenging, but like I acknowledge that you're looking at me.
Give me another quick perception check. It's actually not even related to that, but
No.
you keep doing stuff.
That's a 14. That
That's
probably
enough.
fails.
This is actually enough here because she's really not hiding it. The lady in the armor across the way is also just kind of pushing her food around the entire meal, barely eating anything.
We could be related. Who knows? I'm waiting to find out. Oh, she was also raised at the temple. I know her. Crap.
Oh yes, your long lost sister, Vera.
If she was raised in your order, your checks would have clued you into who she was, or at least what her connection was. So you know she's not that. Unless there's anything anyone else wants to do during the dinner section, you'll go through basically like a full 5-course meal. And then as the desserts are passed around and everyone starts wrapping everything up, you do notice a couple of people start pushing themselves back from the table and just wandering out to have little conversations in corners of the room. A couple of them spirit off into some of the there's a couple of rooms leading off, like 4 rooms basically leading off into various little small side rooms that are cozier for discussion and where the doors can be closed for a bit more privacy.
By the time desserts is being rolled out, Eventide is groaning in agony from overeating. She is paying absolutely no attention to her surroundings.
I look over to Eventide. So when they bring around like the dessert, you should have eaten some of the sweetest thing that they had. It helps you not feel so full.
Eventide goes, okay, I'll remember that for next time.
Yeah, just a little, like the size of your thumb, but that helps to make you not feel so full. Also, eat less bread. You did not need 4 rolls.
I put my head in my hands and just go, oh.
When we get up from the table, I like pick her up and put her on Torque's shoulder. Or Virgil's shoulder, whoever's closest, honestly.
As you guys are standing up from the table, the Tolcrists do come by pretty quickly and just express their thanks that again for rescuing their daughter, and that she seems to be doing much better as time goes on.
I'm sorry that she had to go through the affair that she did, and the situation it put you in, but I'm glad she is recovering.
And Lord Tolcris says, again, if there's anything we can help you with, just please contact us. And then they start to make their way away. And as they're walking away, you notice that waiting for them to leave is the dwarven lady who was sitting across the tables from you. And she sort of looks around the group, trying to like figure out who to approach, and then walks up to Glimmer, since she seems to be the eldest, and introduces herself. Heroes, I'm Bellaril Blazemore. I'm the Forge Master for the Apothecarium. I was wondering if I could have a discussion with you in one of the private rooms, quickly.
Yes, I suppose I could make the time for that. And I go to get up, and I like really lean on Lyra to get up, and please. And what was her name again? Sorry.
Bellaril Blazemore. I can drop it in chat.
Okay, thank you.
I follow Glimmer. In fact, I come alongside her and offer her my arm.
Yeah, definitely gonna play that up. Of the Apothecarium, you said?
Yep.
Does she say that loud enough for any of the rest of us to pick it up?
She was speaking to the group. She was speaking to Glimmer, assuming that she was the representative of the group, but she's clearly not trying to speak just to Glimmer.
I'm gonna silently follow.
I mean, you're welcome to come in.
Like a few steps back now. The thing is, I'm not gonna go into the room. I'm gonna just stay at the doorway and just kind of like keep an eye on everything else. But like trying to hear through what's being said.
It's wonderful to meet you. Though I question why our first introduction would need a private audience. What can we do for you?
Well, we detail it all in the room, and she encourages you and whoever. She's open to invite everybody else into the room with you before she enters herself.
Yep.
Torque will follow behind
Lyra.
Yeah, Torque will follow behind Lyra and Glimmer.
And if you want to be in the room, that's fine. If you don't, you can stay outside with Virgil, and Virgil's going to stay outside. So then the door will close. Virgil, it's going to be very difficult for you to hear anything through this door. It's a fairly thick door.
Leave it slightly ajar just to have the slightest crack.
If you do that, then Bellaril's going to reach out and close the door.
Oh, okay.
Then she'll turn to the rest of the party and say, I know we haven't had any opportunity to do business that I'm aware of, but you've done great things for this city, and the Apothecarium has a problem. There are some ruins in the depths of Skyraker Forest that recently had the floor collapse and seems to have exposed a complex. We sent a team to investigate, to explore, to see what kind of resources they could recover. All kinds of things can be useful for our work in various different ways. But we haven't had contact with that team since they arrived. They did manage to send a message back as they arrived, saying that everything seemed perfectly fine. There was an obvious caved-in floor in the temple. It seemed fairly well in place, except that clearly it was ruined, but it's been ruined for ages. There wasn't any obvious signs of any problems. They were going to enter it the next day. We haven't heard back from them at all. We don't know if it was some terrible beast, something that was within that hole, or if it was bandits. But we don't have the resources to deal with any of that. Because we're builders, we make things. We do some investigation work like this to recover resources, but nothing like what you all are capable of. And the apothecarium was hoping that we could hire you to investigate and hope, if possible, recover our people.
When did your people go? I'm sorry, I'm not as quick as I used to be.
They left 2 weeks ago. They only arrived yesterday. Or it's getting late now. 2 days ago, I guess.
And which forest was this?
The Skybreaker Forest. It's nearby.
That's what I thought I heard. And you said this ruin was some sort of temple underneath the forest floor?
It's a known temple. It was to the brother and sister Dolora, and I can't remember what the other one was.
Dolora, that's the place of the dead, right?
Dolora, who's the goddess of the sun and sacrifice, and her brother Doldorn, the god of physical prowess and warfare. Okay. It's an ancient temple, but it's been long abandoned. Everyone thought it was just, it's a temple that was built in a special site that nobody kept using and was abandoned for centuries until the floor collapsed. And we don't know what might be down there, but it could be something interesting. It could be nothing. But nobody sort of succeeds by ignoring opportunity.
I think that is a reasonable request. All that I can say that we can do as of right now is we can go to the location and see what is there.
That's all we're asking. We don't know what could have happened to them. Like, if our people are alive, please recover them. If they're not, if you can bring their bodies back, that would be appreciated by their loved ones. But the main goal is to figure out what happened to them, and if something needs to be done about the complex, or if it needs to be walked back away again, or something like that. If it poses a current ongoing danger, we need to do something about it. We don't know, and that's why we'd be sending you. You will, of course, be paid handsomely.
I believe you. Someone of your stature at the apothecarium, clearly your words will hold weight. We've only recently come back to town, so it's possible we have a few things to handle before we go out, and obviously we will not be going this evening, but
I was planning to come and contact you about this tomorrow morning, so this isn't urgent in the sense that you would have to leave tonight to try and handle it. We don't know what's happened, but it will take time before you can reach the site anyway, so.
Yes. We will just need a few more details, and perhaps you could give that to us before we go. Names of your people, the kind of things that you were looking at. It might be worth our time to figure out the history of this temple in this area. I'm not too familiar with it, as I'm not one to research things on the gods or their histories, but
I can give you a list of our people's names. I'm not much for those who work with the sovereign host, but I heard one of your members, and she points at Lyra, was a member of the temple here. So I'm sure she knows at least something regarding the warships.
oh yes, perhaps we'll have to have a conversation about that later. Who knows that your people are now missing?
Only a few of us at the top of the apothecarium. My companion with us here, Master Brightlove, also knows, but I would not approach him about it. Not because he wouldn't be helpful, but because he's an enormous jerk. He's also the head of the apothecarium, unfortunately.
I see.
Herbalist ranks higher than Forge Master.
Interesting, but okay. Forgive me, this is off topic, but you say you build things.
I'm a Forge Master, so yes. I am the best blacksmith in the city. To
Very
toot my
good.
own horn.
It's just always good to know that in times of need, you can always find a person to do something useful. As you come to us, that means a lot, and there may be an opportunity where we will need your assistance as well. But
Absolutely. One of the reasons to reach out here is, like, we have a need, but this could develop into a mutually beneficial relationship. I'm sure in your business, for lack of a better word, you have needs of people who can build weapons and armor for you and things like that. My people can definitely help with that, if not myself.
very good. Whenever you are able to come up with that list, we can make our own preparations. And
She pulls a piece of paper out of one of the pockets on her tunic and just holds it out and folded up in between two fingers of hers.
oh, and I will take the list.
That's a list of all the people who went, along with all of these basic supplies they would have taken. We're not expecting recovery of the supplies. It's just might help you if you try and need to figure out, was this something they brought with them, or was it something that was found here on site?
Very good.
None of them are particularly high-ranking members of the apothecarium, but we do try to protect our own.
Yes, we'll start to make preparations, and I have the ability to reach out from some distance. So when we know more, I will be sure to contact you.
So you're taking the job?
We should discuss it with everyone first before confirming. Can we
Very well.
deliberate for the night and get back to you in the morning?
Yeah, I was only asking because I also have a promissory note here, and she pats another of her pockets. It isn't gold, but it's worth gold at any of our apothecarium locations and could be traded for gold if you needed to. That would act as a good faith promo, like initial fund to provide for any supplies you might need for the journey. If you need to discuss things, we can discuss that when you choose to take the job. My forge is well known in the city. Anyone can direct you there. It's the God's Hammer. You'll be able to find that no problem. I'll be there tomorrow early, so come by whenever. And she says God's Hammer is like one word.
While this whole conversation has been happening, for whatever Virgil hears or doesn't hear, he's been keeping an eye on the room. Has anybody, like, as they're passing by, just sidewardly glanced towards that doorway, or, you know, given the slightest hint that they're curious or interested about what's ongoing in there, or something that's
Give me a
just drawn
perception
his
check.
attention as okay. Base I can roll is a 14, but that's a 20, not natural.
You see a lot of people engaging in idle curiosity. You do notice the tall elf who was with Bellaril is decidedly not paying any attention whatsoever to the door.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know what that's about necessarily, but
there's nothing that, like, draws suspicion. Like, there's nobody that, like, that person's walked past me now 3 times, or
no, like, they see somebody's in the room and you're clearly guarding it, so like they're curious what might be going on in there, and they saw who walked in, but there's no like we need to find out what's going on. It's
Okay.
serious. It's just basic normal curiosity,
all right. Well,
idle curiosity.
no worries. I was just trying to see if I could pick up anything off anyone's body language. But you say that the elf that she was with was was almost intentionally not looking that direction.
Yeah, he's very much checking up the like higher level nobles in the room, and not
Okay.
paying attention to anybody else.
Okay. Is my accessory getting any looks?
Not really.
Okay, that's fine.
Not any more than you being yourself does, at least.
That's fair.
It's one of those like, where do we start kind of things. So if that's all that you want to talk about with Bellaril right now, she'll open the door and head out into the meeting herself, and leave the rest of you to do what you will.
I go inside the room and join the others.
Close the door, Virgil.
I close it behind me.
You seem hesitant, Lyra.
I just feel it's inappropriate to accept a job without fully talking with everybody in the party. And we are, and I look around, I'm like, we do have someone who's missing that had to leave for whatever reason. So it would be wrong to assume that they would want to join us on this.
I was only outside. I heard a great deal.
She
I
was
more...
referring to Dell.
Yeah, Dell had to run something about a family emergency. So, with them not here, it would be inappropriate to assume that they would want to do this. And I figure if they're not here by morning, then we could always go without her.
She is quite the gifted tracker if she would want to find us.
She is, but I didn't want to make the assumption. That I figured we should talk about it. Know what we're getting into.
We could leave a message.
Yes.
For who? For Dell?
Indeed.
Right, but I'm saying we should also discuss what we're getting into to make sure this is a risk we are interested in taking. Jumping headfirst into any job sent our way shouldn't be the way that we do things, is it?
No,
Seems
but
to be what has been happening to us, unfortunately, though.
But is that what we should be doing?
if it alleviates any concerns, nobody seemed to have any great interest in our discussion.
No, but
Curiously, the person that this what was her name?
Whose?
The woman who
Bella
just
Rose
left.
Blazemore.
Oh, Bellaril.
Yes, the woman who just left. Her accomplice seemed to be interested in anything but our dealings.
She said that he's a prick.
That could be a interesting explanation for it. He showed no interest in the room at all.
He is the head of the apothecarium and believes this is possibly below him.
That would explain a great deal.
Endis, do I know this guy
Which guy?
that
Yeah,
she was
Virgil.
talking about? No, not
He's
you.
the elf that she was talking to across the table.
Right, but like, do I know of him from my time
You
being
might have heard
around
his
like
name.
my elders and stuff? Okay. I'm wondering, like, would I know that he is a genuine ass?
Probably.
I'm open to doing this, but my priority is still this evening getting time with Duke. If something needs to happen with that could involve the safety of so much more than a handful of people. But that said, there are people that are missing, and something could be wrong, and much like the Tolkris, family takes care of family, and I appreciate why they would approach us. And it certainly would not hurt to have good standing with the people of the apothecarium. We've not had need to go utilize their services as of yet, but everyone who lives here knows of them. But that can wait. Perhaps we could convince the Duke to leave his little party for a little bit to have a conversation. And I will stand up and walk towards the door to go back to the main.
I follow Glimmer like a lifeless bodyguard or motionless bodyguard.
I thought you said motionless rather than emotionless. I was just picturing you like hovering behind her.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Like T-posed.
I cast levitate on myself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just push you along.
I am now wearing roller skates.
I have a Lyra balloon. And I will as I come back into this main hall, is the Duke in conversation with someone right now? Or is he still there, or
He is, yeah.
still there or in conversation?
Well, he's in conversation with people.
Then I will kind of head his direction and wait for an opportunity where the conversation may lull or something to insert myself.
Yeah, like he's having a conversation with what looks like a couple of nobles from the region. It seems just like friendly chit chat kind of thing.
Mm.
So after a few minutes, they'll turn and move away to open conversation up with somebody else down the room a little bit, and the Duke will turn to you because you've clearly been waiting expectantly.
I was hoping we could have a minute this evening.
By all means, and he gestures to another one of the rooms across the hall and heads that way.
And as soon as I'm in the room, I will pull out my little satchel and go digging in it, and I pull out several pieces of paper. Hold on, how many did I have here? Sorry, I wrote this down somewhere. That I made copies. There they are. Documents for the Duke. So it looks like I have 7 pieces of paper that have the illusory script cast on them that I hand him.
Okay, so because it's illusory script, it would look like they're blank pages right now?
No, so for anyone not the Duke or
that's
us,
all.
because it says I can, I believe it says I can designate someone. It doesn't work. No. You and any creatures you designate when you cast the spell, the writing appears normal. To others, it's unknown writing or unintelligible or whatever. And so I think what I had said last time was that I had basically encyclopedia entries of various plants is what they are.
Okay. As I imagine, it would just fade away immediately as he picks up the paper and looks at it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like from his perspective, at least, it looks like that fades out and what's actually there appears. Okay.
A few
So,
things.
after, assuming you all come into the room and he closes the door and everything like that before all this starts to happen.
Yeah.
Interesting. He flips through.
We were able to go into the next part of the mountain. And
Really,
so
you
the
found
7
additional shards of light then.
we did.
Good work.
A few things. One is, before we get into what is there, which I believe what I wrote down as copies for him were more or less the warning message of our chaos prison and the drawings of the prison. Before we get into this, I assume your condition is still the same and that you are unable to enter the Jade prison.
I would not want to test it, but I believe that I would cease to continue to exist. I believe the black smoke there would kill me at this point. My band, and he lifts up, and his sleeve sort of falls down to expose the band again, has absorbed too much to protect me at this point.
Is there... Sorry, go on, you first.
No, please.
Is there a way you could perhaps see through our eyes the next time we venture in so you could see for yourself?
I have no way to pull that off myself. I am merely a man.
Well, the concern right now is very real that while you're not maybe sure of the origins of the Jade prison, this that seemed to be added on after what was behind the wall. And someone else is using it. And then these next two pieces are not they don't have the illusory script. And I pull out the drawings of the two new prisoners, and I hand it to him. Say, these I will need back, but these are new inhabitants since the last time we visited.
He looks alarmed and almost snatches the papers out of your hand and looks at them. I have never seen these before. They are new.
Indeed.
That's at least suggestive about whoever took the other gem for access.
The last one, yes.
Suggests they're not working against the prison itself, they're just using it.
I'm unsure I know how to process this yet, but if you have people guarding the facility, it's of grave concern that they were able to do this.
I am primarily concerned about the safety of Shadowgate. This, and he holds up the two papers, does not immediately seem to be a threat to Shadowgate. It's concerning because someone we don't control has access, even though I've tried to lock it off as best I can. But the system's defense, the complex's defenses itself will keep most people out anyway. I'm just trying to be overly secure and keep looky-loos from killing themselves trying to get in there.
And
But if they're not trying to destroy the prison or release the inhabitants and they're just adding to it, then that seems like it's a solved problem, at least in the near term. We should obviously still try to figure out who it is and what their intent is, but
yes, because anyone who can add someone can also release something
they started with adding, not releasing.
that we're aware of.
Have you seen anything else go missing since you entered?
No, but who's to say that this entity didn't cause the initial release?
The two events seem out of character with each other at my first instinct. But you might be right. I don't know enough.
Entirely possible. I don't. This is all fresh.
But the damage you reported before, that seems like a completely different approach to the prison complex than merely inserting new prisoners.
Yes, I see the logic in that. And I go to grab them back and
Allow you to take them.
put them in my satchel. What you have there, the magic will fade in some time to conceal what it is. So take that for what it is. But beyond the door requiring the shards, is a machine that had been corrupted and damaged. It appears to be, and I like grab one of I like look through the pages that he has, and I pull the warning message and slap it on top. Say, yes, so, it appears the entire mountain is more or less a prison for one entity, and the ancient Takani Empire could not stop them, and so they built a machine to keep them there. And the other sketches are just of the facility. It seems there was some sort of corruption that was stopping the workers from healing and maintaining this machine. I don't know how that was happening, and we've yet to figure out where that black smoke is originating. But there is something in what is called the crystal something. Sorry.
I think I said dome.
The crystal dome. But we could not see.
The Takani Empire, you said.
Indeed. The machine once, hold on, I have a go through another note, like in my bag. Told us that the last time that it had been maintained was here it is. 15,116,236 days. So somewhere in the 40,000 year range.
You'll have to forgive me my mental math abilities. That seems like a lot of days.
It is a lot of days.
What was the number again?
Like 15 million days. Hold on. Let me pull it up again. Still did the math one, like during the game. No, not that far. Where is it? Found it. Last time since repair was that number.
A little over 40,000 years.
Yeah. I thought that's what it was, but...
Well, if the Dakani locked something away in there, it's been locked away since their empire collapsed, which was 40,000 something years ago.
Yes.
But it's 41414, weirdly enough.
If it's held that long, I have to assume it's resilient.
Well, it was failing.
And you corrected it, you said?
Yes, there was some sort of corruption against the workers, and we've stopped that and started to purge the area. They're almost like it's as if it's a hive, but of I like gesture to Torque and Virgil. If Warforged are to men, these things are to bugs?
I wish I could have seen it with my own eyes.
They did
But
appear
this-
to be giant insectoid-style creatures, and replicated at an alarming rate.
Well, I appreciate the update. This is more concerning than I had thought it might be. But I also don't see how it's my problem to deal with. I can't enter the complex, as we've discussed, which means it falls to you.
Well,
It's in your best interest as well to keep an eye on it and make sure that whatever repairs you may have affected at least shift things back to getting more under control again. I could send out feelers, I guess, if we needed more magical potential to take care of this, but I don't know anyone who could do more than you're already doing.
I suppose that's a fair assessment, but you sent us in here to discover what was beyond that wall, and this is it.
It's like opening a door and discovering a horrible demon behind it. You may have wanted to know, but once you realize there's nothing you can do about it, what is there to do to move forward?
Curiously, these insectoid creatures do not seem to be working against us. At least not when the problem was fixed. They seem to maintain the place.
And if there was a corruption that's been... I mean, well, I suppose that the issue is whatever corrupted them once might corrupt them again.
Yes, we'll need to investigate. Virgil, the thing that you disconnected from the, I suppose I will call it the mother, the queen.
The Hive Mother, yes. It was a tube that did not seem to fit the rest of the room. How it got there, I am unsure. But it was clear that it was pumping some kind of toxin into this creature. Once disconnected, it quickly recovered.
We will need to perhaps try to figure out, trace back where it originates.
I have already been considering this possibility. Onto that note, quick question, Endus. The thing that I slashed open, the big feeding tube?
Yep.
How large was it?
It was about 5 feet across,
Okay. So you could crawl up it, in theory.
in theory.
Okay.
It did look like it was part of the room intentionally, but
Oh, right.
like whatever was supposed to be pumping through it was not being pumped through, and whatever was coming through was that green gaseous nonsense that was corrupting things.
Hmm.
Like there was
I
another
have-
pipe across the room that looked the same, but wasn't spewing all that nasty garbage.
I have considered, or had considered at the time, entering that tube and seeing where it led.
Well, I'm glad you didn't, but that could be something for a return visit.
I believe only myself and Torque would be safe to travel, as we do not require breathing or can be affected by poison.
We can discuss that, but that is our update.
There is also the matter of the last Jade space.
The one unknown bearer, or the one unused space?
The one unused. We already know that the one unknown is a problem. The one unused could become an issue if it is not dealt with.
I don't know who we could bring in to attach that to that would be of use to your project.
And there is no one you can trust just for the benefit and security of having it.
If I hadn't been forced by necessity into dealing with the problem, I would not have trusted you all with Jadeite gems.
Very well.
In fairness, Virgil, the door is locked and it is guarded. If you'd like, I'm sure if Glimmer's willing and able, I believe she is, we could even set a magical alarm on the door.
I can.
So then we would know if somebody does enter, and we could be made aware of it.
That would only be useful if we were nearby. Our adventures have taken us quite distant places and kept us far away from the prison. An attack on it, we could be of no use to help.
Just saying there's options.
There are, I agree.
Again, it is guarded. Unless you believe that the Duke's guards are inept. And I
I've
looked
also
directly
guarded this
at
place
Virgil.
myself
Not
for
inept.
400 years.
Not inept, but there are potential forces that could be greater.
I was guarding that place for centuries before we ran into issues. I can't
I
enter anymore, but I can, I'm sure, keep it locked down, hopefully.
Very well.
I think it would be fine.
Forgive me, I am known to calculate all the odds and possibilities and assess risk.
Virgil, your concern is just. However, I do believe that the Duke has taken the proper precautions to guard the entrance as best as possible.
I think you're wrong.
I tried security through obscurity by hiding the entrance, and that clearly didn't work. So there are powers out there that clearly know what is in there, maybe in the new section you've discovered rather than in the prison as I thought it was.
I mean, do you think there's a back door?
I have no idea. I know
Usually,
about the one entrance. And if you're correct that this machine on the inside of it is an older and deeper extension of the whole system, I don't know that there is another entrance to that there is any other forms of this prison anywhere else. I don't know. I know about the prison. You've already bypassed my full extension of my knowledge of the complex.
Torque, you said I was wrong?
Quite obviously, the Duke has had guards at the front door since our first visit, yet prisoners changed. Somebody else has gotten in without the guards knowing.
I don't know that prisoners have changed. They've just been added to.
With no one knowing,
Also,
Maybe it's just the magic of the prison itself.
possibly.
Or it's the other person who has the Jadeite is actually out there capturing and delivering to the prison.
speaking of the other Jadeite user, was that before or after you took possession of the jail, Duke?
It had been decades since I was able to enter the complex myself, which is why I had the entrance buried.
So this Jadeite user has claimed it in your time of keeping?
Apparently. I'm not sure how they got access or when.
If it has happened once, you understand my concern. It could happen again.
I understand the concern, but it's only happened once in 400 years. I'm still concerned if they can bypass the guards that I have already and the locks on the gate that I built on it. I don't know what else I can do.
Because Lyra's player is really horrible at remembering things. Do we know the name of the person that initially sent us on the rabbit trail to discover the mountain? Like, we were chasing someone.
No, that was the Duke.
Yeah, so
We weren't chasing the Duke.
no,
No.
he sent us.
Right, but we were chasing someone.
So
It was
originally,
There was another group of adventurers that he sent to the top of the mountain to the ritual site up
Mhm.
there.
Right.
And
yes.
they went by the reliable path. He said that there was another older path
Right.
that was not well maintained, but was faster, and you took that to try and catch up with them.
And
But
that's
there-
where we started finding demons people.
But there was the guy that we fought in that in the dungeon that was Virgil's creator.
Yep, hold on.
That's when we were looking for the amulet, and he. Oh, you're on about when you went through to the.
He was the head of the Valerian company. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm just
He was a.
hold on. He was an Oni. Hold on, sorry.
Yeah, we
okay.
went into the basement. We found a portal there, and that sent us on a one-way trip to. What realm? Was it?
Wraith, the Wraith.
Hmm.
So did we defeat the Wraith?
Yes.
Yeah,
and
But he said there was somebody else that he was
yes,
that was in charge of him.
He specifically said, in our last encounter, you don't know who the real threat even is. You all should be far more concerned with the lurker below. I'm just an opportunist. The lurker below will take you all. You have no idea what you're up against before he dissolved.
Perfect. So we've told the Duke about the lurker below. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
and he said I'd look into it, and I don't know if anything came
what.
of it.
That's why I was
He
like,
hasn't brought anything up to you.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm bringing up to him. Has there been any development or leads regarding the lurker below?
My scholars were able to tell me that it is the name of ancient archdevil of some kind that is supposedly imprisoned somewhere in Kyber.
Well,
But
we
Beyond
fa-
that, nobody seems to know much of anything that can be confirmed.
Well, we can confirm that we have encountered his spawn. We went on a rescue mission for the dear Tolkris to find their daughter, and she was being held under horrible, some sort of ritualistic spell for this thing. And again, I go digging, and I pull out a sketch of the spawn of the lurker, and hold it up.
Could
Gods. And you killed that thing?
Of course.
Good. He doesn't sound like doubting. It's more like, please God, tell me it's dead.
could now Glimmer, and I could be way off base here, but could the being that's locked behind the door with the smoke be the lurker below?
I could say that anything is possible, but
I mean, he's below the mountain. I mean,
the the name Sorcerer King Archaeos is not one of the traditional nicknames of the Lurker. Histories say that they were some sort of necromancer.
Right. I'm just saying and now I look over to Torque. He is all powerful though, right? Or extremely powerful?
Very, but there are legends of all sorts of demon lords that are buried and imprisoned that can assert their influence in some capacity.
Right. But
I don't know if they're
Okay,
the same or
this
if
might-
they are different.
I might regret saying this, but... And I get really close to Glimmer, and I'm like all but whispering. And I apologize to the Duke ahead of time. I'm like, I understand whispering is inappropriate, but I need to make sure that I'm not inserting my foot in my mouth, so please forgive me, Duke. And I get real close and I whisper to Glimmer. The prisoner under the mountain has whispered to me and spoken to me.
What?
I believe that's who that is. I haven't heard it in a while. All right, like a day and a half. A day. I heard it last time we were we were there, but I haven't heard it since. And
Did you...
I believe that's the Lurker below. I have reason to believe. The only thing it's ever asked for is for me to free it, but it's powerful. Like, really powerful.
I'm gonna like put my hand like on her chest. Like, we'll speak of this later.
And I go back to like stoic and silent.
So yes, that is our update for the prison. I'm sure that we'll have need to speak with you further as things repair, as I'm expecting they might. Much like the Jake prison itself repairs itself. I have a reasonable suspicion that this other machine will also do that.
I appreciate you keeping me in the loop, but I do feel I need to re-emphasize that I am not able to help with the prison or whatever it may contain moving forward. That is a duty I have to place upon you, all of you collectively. I can provide material support if there's an issue that requires it, but it's very much your problem to deal with now. I'm here because it's in the interest of this city that it not be destroyed. The city not be destroyed. The prison, if we could find a way to destroy it successfully without releasing horrors upon this world, would be a better option. I just don't see how that's possible.
Very well. Thank you for the invitation. Are these regular, you said?
Semi-regular. We have them every few months. I mean, if you don't have any desire to connect with the other notables in the city, by all means, you don't need to accept the invitation, but the invitation will still be extended. As, regardless, you are people of note.
And
But I understand it's a bit different than those who are directly involved in the operation of the city or managing its businesses.
Yes, we had quite a few interesting onlookers.
You're new.
Is that why the other person in plate was giving us daggers all evening?
Kasu?
Who?
Fiorenza Kasu, the leader of this city's chapter of the Silver Flame.
DM, does that mean anything to me?
You know about the Silver Flame,
I-
and now you can immediately place that symbol. You couldn't quite figure out.
Okay, the player doesn't know of the Silver Flame.
The Sovereign Host is like one major church that like most of the people in Eberron follow. I can't remember exactly which nation it is that started the Silver Flame started in, but they're basically like a one true god. The Silver Flame is the one true god kind of thing,
Got
Hold
it.
on.
and they're very much Crusader coded.
Yeah, next to on their where's my map? Because they also like in Eberron lore, they also are known as people who genocided people with like lycanthropy.
That's not a full map. Yeah.
Map,
Like if the Black Templars were a D&D faction.
map. True and accurate map of Corvair. There it is. Thrain.
Right, yeah. I was like, I know I'll see and recognize the
Yeah.
country when I see it. So yeah, they're originally out of Thrain, but they spread all over Eberron, and they're worshipped pretty much everywhere. But they're a smaller group, basically, than the Sovereign Host is in terms of influence. And like, sure, genocided werewolves and stuff like that, but those werewolves were killing a lot of people. Like, we're not talking like animal person werewolves who were just getting by like shifters were. We're talking like actual full-on devour villages werewolves. So they are crusaders for the light, but they can be a little bit authoritarian, especially in Thrain.
Oh, I didn't realize. I don't go by the temples much. I didn't realize the Silver Flame had a presence here.
It's small. We're a bit of a backwater city here, but they're trying to get themselves established. It's fun to watch them run around thinking that they're important.
Very well, then.
I have few things that amuse me. Fiorenza Kasu's ambitions amuse me.
Oh. Okay. Very well then. We won't keep you any longer. I suppose my last question then is, since this is now our responsibility, do you only want more information than if it pertains to the threat, if it threatens the city?
Yes, if it threatens the city, I think I should be informed, as it's my city and you are theoretically under my jurisdiction. But the minutiae of what might be within there, that's more of an intellectual curiosity that I might have. I can't engage with it and anything beyond that because I think I'll die if I enter the complex. So at this point, it becomes simply intellectual to me, and I have many other intellectual matters I have to keep running to keep the city going on a day-to-day basis, whereas the complex appears more like a much more significant but also longer-term problem.
Then I'll pose this as my parting statement. If much like Virgil stated, if we can provide a way for you to see inside without entering, would that interest you?
That would satisfy my intellectual curiosity quite a bit, yes.
And you say you have no means which to do this?
Yet. But I'm a smart lady.
I was referring to the Duke.
No, it's that damned mist. These jadeite systems seem to absorb the mist, but as you see, mine is completely blackened from the mist that it's absorbed over the centuries.
More, you have no means to magically, you have no items or such that would assist in being able to see through another person's eyes.
No, I am a man.
Insight check on that this time,
skills.
because I forgot to do it last time. I was baiting that question. Is he
Give
just
me an
a
insight
man?
check.
Okay, base I can roll on this is a 14. It is a 14.
He seems to be telling the truth. Got a 17, sorry.
Damn it. On persuasion or deception?
I'm not telling you that.
I know. I'm being a joke. Okay. God, what's the name of the freaking dude with the magic shop in the big tower?
Ezekiel.
He might have something. Perhaps we should inquire with Ezekiel as to whether or not he possesses something that may be useful for this endeavor.
I think I can figure it out, but I just need some more time.
Literally at this point, I'm just wondering if there's such a device that you could shove in a Warforged that's like a video recorder. Just turn us into a camcorder and just come back like an R2-D2 playback thing.
I mean, I'm gonna pick up scrying at some point, so...
Yeah, but scrying only lets you see.
You can do it in like a pool of water kind of thing.
Yep.
Ah, fair enough. How long does the scry last?
A while, but it's only on like one area, so it'd have to be little bits and pieces, but...
It can't be on a person.
Maybe. I don't know, I haven't looked at it too much since I haven't had scrying since...
I think you can't, with the duration, I think, limits it, so you can't put it on one person and have them do like a full walkthrough of a complex kind of thing.
Yeah, that was my thought.
I was wondering, because you can scry on an individual, if I remember rightly.
Yeah. I'll worry about that when that actually comes into play.
I'm pretty sure it drops the sensor where the scribed thing is then, and then the sensor doesn't move.
Fails so it creates... The sensor moves with the target, remaining within 10 feet of it for the duration.
The duration is 10 minutes. Well, Virgil has a movement speed that's currently 40 feet, but I can double dash to like 120 feet every 6 seconds, so we could do a speed run of the place.
That could be a further discussion, but
freaking zoomies all the way around the map.
If I can come up with a way to do that, I'll be sure to reach out. But until that point, thank you for your hospitality.
You're very welcome. Keep my city safe.
The magic that disguises those pages will not last forever, so do what you will to either destroy them or otherwise.
I have a vault. That should suffice.
And I'll start to get up and have a pleasant evening, and I like give Lyra like a tap on the like arm as I'm like grasping it, I guess.
I promptly escort her out.
I just nod and leave.
And then... Okay, so I can take this off of my inventory. Oh, sorry. Okay, I think.
Just thinking, the only downside to if you did a scry like that is there's no way to communicate. I don't think we've got anything like. Do we have like what level's telepathic bond? But that's also a concentration spell, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Is it not? I thought it was.
It's a ritual and it lasts for an hour, but again, we're quite a ways away from that, and I'm not super worried about it yet because my
Okay.
original point for taking scrying is for a completely different reason.
Okay. Plus, we need
Because-
another level before you can grab it anyway.
Sure. Our little jadeite items are things I can target. So I plan on finding out who the last person is.
The issue with that is you don't know which jadeite item they have.
Doesn't matter. I have confirmation that it's gonna work.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Well,
You can scry for a type of item.
I thought it had to be a specific. I
A
always
specific
thought.
type of item. So
No,
like
I
a
thought it
jadeite,
had to
yeah.
be a specific item, so you can't just like say, "Oh, I want to scry for any."
Well, then I'll spend 5 days doing it. Like,
Yeah. No, I was just. I couldn't remember if. They changed that.
And Radix, Glimmer's True Sight is on all the time, right?
all the time.
I need to give you a PM.
Yeah, you do. I guess I like don't think about like, oh yeah, what if someone is behind an illusion or shapeshifted or
But Duke sure as hell is. I don't suppose by chance you know locate objects already.
no, I haven't picked it up. I thought
Okay.
about it though.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's only got like 1,000 feet range, but if the person is nearby, that would be ridiculously helpful. Only a second level as well. Look at that face.
Okay. That's neat.
This is one of those things where I was like, I wonder if I'm going to be able to figure this out. And then I realized, wait, Glimmer has True Sight all the time now.
Yep. Yeah, I give a head tilt to that information. You know, one of those like, huh. Well, Lyra, dear, I think I've had enough excitement for this evening.
Okay. I would concur.
Perhaps we should turn in early and we can see if we can figure out our next plan of action.
Okay.
And I will I guess look around the room and try to lock eyes with the Kasu lady, and maybe try to grab Radzikil's attention, give him a little winky wink, and
Please tell me Radzikil cat calls Glimmer in like some super like charismatic, non-douchey way.
I'm not sure how to catcall somebody in a non-douchey way.
Have you not seen?
Good answer.
Have you not seen the guy who does polite catcalling?
Right?
That
Yes,
series
but-
is so good.
But like there's a way to like I call it cat calling, but you're not like cat calling. You're complimenting in a very flirtatious manner.
They've already had kind of an interaction that nobody else has bought into.
Got it. Oh dear. So like when I see Glimmer like wink at him, I'm like, nope. I start blushing and just keep walking. Like the parents are flirting again.
Oh, grow up.
Working on it.
He's too old for
If
you
you-
anyway.
A few of the other
Everybody's too old for me.
minor nobles do like rush over to you guys as they see you guys making your way towards the door just to introduce themselves, and they don't seem to be like anybody really important, but they all want to meet the heroes, kind of thing. So it's a bit difficult to make a quick exit, but
Mhm.
eventually you manage to make your way out.
Glimmer, are you okay to walk back, or would you like me to summon my steed?
Oh, no, actually, I've, after spending some time in the mist, of the prison, I've learned something. And I spend a few minutes, and while it's dark out, I'm assuming there's plenty of light, like with the torches or something, or the
Yeah, there'll
ever-burning...
be torches there, especially out right out front of the castle.
Mm-hmm. So, like, with the ever burning torches or whatever it is, I'm sure we're all, like, still casting a shadow in some capacity. And Glimmer is casting a spell, and Lyra sees Glimmer's shadow detach, and then it takes the form of a steed, and then like rises up underneath Glimmer as I ritually cast Phantom Steed.
Oh, well then, and I just summon my steed, like I normally would. I guess I will join you then. We're an interesting pair right now. Because my
we
steed
have
is
steeds.
yours is made of shadow.
It is.
Mine is not.
Yes, that's why that makes us a pair.
Well, you would actually notice, hold on, let me find it. Make sure I'm thinking right.
Just waiting for Eventide to pull up now with a horse that does like rainbows behind, like robot unicorn attack.
The
Just to like complete
the
this.
non-cat.
Yeah.
Well, and like, so mine's like celestial, so it's like the opposite. Like it's like we've got polar opposite seeds right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually like my seed shows up, and I actually end up. You hear me like comment under my breath, "You're not the usual one." Because you would know I normally have a Fey steed, and this is so I don't this is not one that I've actually ever had around the party.
Oh.
That's new. Okay.
Is it a different one?
Yeah. I think everything's a little wonky right now. I just feel a little wonky. I don't know what's going on.
I think the time in the Eternal Machine, the prison, has affected each of us differently.
I think I'm overwhelmed from all of the conversations that took place this evening with us and just around us. There were a lot of people talking at dinner, and none of them were talking to us.
As you can tell by the end of the evening, I think everyone was actually quite intimidated.
It did seem that way. I thought the armor was too much, but they were all talking to the other lady. Oh, she's probably more approachable than I am. I thought I was pretty
She's
approachable.
the head of an organization that represents a religion, a movement.
Yeah, okay, I'm not that approachable. I couldn't start a religion.
Well, she didn't start one. It's like you starting a temple somewhere.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. Not enough people like me. Maybe I am unapproachable.
Hmm?
Crap. And, like,
how long does this
Like,
last?
I figure, like, we're having this conversation as we're, like, riding back to the house.
An hour. Okay.
By the way, are you two riding at regular 60 feet speed, or are you riding at like gallop speed?
Technically, I can go 100 feet. My speed,
120. 60 feet movement.
or I can do 13 miles an hour. But no, I'm not going at that.
Okay, I was going to say,
Yeah.
whatever speed you're going at, Virgil's keeping up with you.
No, I'm walk speed.
Yeah. He can either like be power walking at the 60 feet, or he can full out sprint the 120.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I would not go over, like, 40. Like,
Okay.
not in a hurry. Let's just canter home and enjoy the ride. And when we get back to the house, I imagine, like, as we're coming up on the estate entrance, that's about the time our conversation would dwindle. And I think I'm just gonna head straight to bed if you guys are okay. I feel really off. And I think I'm just tired.
Well, again, you said you could not sleep and you were not home.
Yeah, being in the prison has me just feeling weird.
You were acting off in the prison as well when we got to the Crystal Dome.
Yeah, 'cause he's in there. I know he's in there. I could hear him. And then suddenly I
Why-
couldn't hear him anymore.
Let's start with the first thing, that you didn't say anything.
'Cause I didn't think it was a big deal.
Wrong.
Right. It's not a big deal. I don't hear him anymore.
That's
It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Like, things are just a
Do
little
you know what
weird.
fine? Do you know what fine means?
It means
Lyra?
I'm okay.
Fine means freaked out, insecure, neurotic, and emotional.
That's me without the talking.
She has a point.
I grew up an orphan. I'm telepathic. I'm used to people talking in my head. This is normal for me.
I mean, I was born without parents, and I've had voices in my head for maybe the first week I was alive. I don't understand why we are so different.
You've only been alive for a month. I've been alive for 22 years.
When an entire civilization does everything that it can and creates a prison and maybe builds an entire mountain over this prison to contain a world-ending threat, and it speaks to you.
I didn't know that's what the voice was until we got to the dome. And I didn't know how to say anything when I realized that's what it was. But then it just disconnected.
When
Like
we
it-
left,
Shortly after we got home. Shut up.
then I think
Like I could feel it disconnect. So I know that I know when a telepathic bond is there, and I know when it leaves and it can't reconnect. And I know it can't reconnect, and I can feel that. So I know he can't communicate to me, but now that I know what it is, we are woefully unprepared for what is in there. And it is
Yes.
not something that we can unleash or allow anyone to unleash.
Yes,
Like,
you're right.
Torque's explanation, no offense, friend, totally not enough information.
Important PMCs.
Crap! Oh.
Because it's trying to be part of the conversation.
Like, I'm so worked up in this conversation with Glimmer. I just randomly blurred out, of course I know that.
You know that we're woefully unprepared. I know. We all know.
You see Lyra start to tear up. You don't know. That's the point. Like, I know what he is. I know what he's capable of. I felt him. And you see her like I've dismounted and I step back from you. I said, you don't know what he's made available and how hard it was to deny him.
No, I don't. But I do know a thing or two about influencing the minds of men.
This wasn't about influence. This was feeling his magic. Being able to feel the power he contains. I just need to go to bed. And I've dismounted from my steed. I'm like near the, I don't know, I want to say vestibule, but I don't know what it is, like this area.
The courtyard.
Yeah. And I'm like, I imagine like we're like in the courtyard having this conversation, and I cast Tides of Darkness and walk away. Straight into the house.
What is Tides of Darkness?
Tide of Darkness, it's a 10-foot cube of darkness.
Okay.
So I just like vanish in darkness and walk into the house. So I leave a dark puddle.
To be fair, Glimmer can still see you.
That's fine.
I have
I
true
don't know
sight
that.
forever.
I don't know that.
Okay.
Go ahead and
Lyra
be
doesn't
dramatic.
know that. Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. It's Lyra being like a 22-year-old young adult, super drama,
Yep.
Tide of Darkness. But it's
So in,
also
like-
her showing like this is what I've gained from having this connection for this short period of time to this being in this dome.
Okay, then, you go inside, and if there are other people around,
Just want to say, so from Glimmer's perspective, Lyra just basically turned her heels, snapped her fingers, and walks away, but nothing else changed.
yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
no,
I'm
Glimmer would see
aware
She
I'm
see
aware
the
of the
darkness,
darkness.
but
Yeah.
she can see
She can
through
still
the
see
darkness.
me. Yeah.
Yes. And
Like I'm in fog, not darkness.
I'm just waiting for glimpses of like, I still see you, young lady.
No, I
Don't
was
you
gonna
walk
do
away
that.
from me. I see what that hand's doing.
uh,
That is a rude gesture, young lady.
They're like,
if other people are witnessing this, which I'm sure they are, and I don't know if they're in the darkness or not, but Glimmer will just say, "Did you say out loud that is something you've learned since being in there? Is that something you said, or is that
It
what
would've-
you, the player?"
So hold on, two things. DM1, I can't get my token into my room because it won't let me. Two, it would have been like, you don't know what the power that he's made available to me in the short period I've known him, and then the darkness hits. And you would know, I've never cast that before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ever.
Okay. That's fine. Then when you go inside, if other people are nearby, they'll hear, "Well, that's interesting," and I'm gonna dispel magic it. So I'm gonna cast that. What level spell is that? Is that a first or second? Or third? Second. Okay, so it goes away, and the way I'm doing it is like it like I've already like I pool all of this darkness into my like palm, and then like my steed fades away, and I like put my hand on the ground, and then it like reattaches as my shadow.
okay, settle down there, Bayonetta.
Yep. Virgil,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to need to keep an eye on Lyra. I don't know if she's aware how dangerous she's becoming.
For the record, I need you to be specific on the phrase, keep an eye. Do you wish me to tail her?
Pocket.
That is not the interpretation I thought you were going with.
Would you say, Indus?
I haven't finished. I have not finished.
Pocket.
To be fair, he can actually remove his lenses.
Mm-hmm.
And if she is a danger, do you wish me to deal with the matter?
To your first question, yes. To your second, not alone, no.
Very well.
But we will need to think of a contingency.
As you say that, I just quietly extend the arm blade.
I hope not.
I retract.
I hope not.
I keep it retracted.
But if
I will confess, I had plans tonight to overwatch the Jade Prison. However, this conversation has shifted my priorities somewhat.
it is of great concern that we're just now learning that the thing that is in there that could ravage this world was speaking to her and giving her power.
Out of curiosity, because I was falling asleep last week, the last time we played, did anybody recognize that Lyra had a new not-so-shiny sword?
I didn't do a, detect magic, and I haven't, intentionally.
So the conversation wasn't there of, that's new.
So,
Last
no,
week.
I had a conversation in Mom's office, when I was working on those illusory scripts, like, what were you doing out so late, young lady? Like, you know, it was clearly like the mother-child relationship talk about, like, you can't just be going out in the middle of the night to the shop and, you know, XYZ. But no, it did not.
Like, was the sword clearly visible on Lyra's body tonight?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Where did the blade come from?
She went to town the other evening.
Curious. She had quite the effective axe.
I know when I spoke to her that she was wishing to gain proficiency with a plethora of items to be prepared. One, in the case that the axe was ineffective or lost or captured or what have you. I suppose I could have asked Radzekiel if she had stopped by, but she said she got a sword and was having a scabbard made. Do you have cause for concern because she's using a different weapon? She still uses the shield with, and then the one weapon, but she still has...
No, it was just, I did not recognize it. I recognize when things are different. That was different. Much like her magic is different. Things are different. Like you, I have concerns. That is all.
Speak your mind. What are your concerns?
She does not seem the same person we first encountered. There is a...
No, she's not. She's...
She was originally, how to put this politely,
innocent?
there was a lacking, she was originally forthright with some impatience and an eerie lack of courtesy. She has suddenly become more, while still forthright, she is far more confident, and her cooperation seems to be more... I'm sorry, describing things of character are new to me. She seems... does not seem to fit the person we first met.
I do know that
and we'll be back on in a couple minutes. just fine. It's kind of a gray, drizzly day, and with the getting deeper and deeper into fall, it's got a real nip in the air, so it's really not a pleasant rain. But it's other than that, it's fine. It's not like thunder and lightning or something like that. It's just a bit of a drizzle.
What time does everyone usually wake up?
Early. 1, elf. 2, old.
Right.
What is this wake up you speak of?
Okay. So at like, I'm gonna say like mid-morning, so like, actually I guess it'd be technically early morning. It'd be like 9 a.m.-ish. You hear a blood-curdling scream and clattering come from my room.
Would this wake me up? Because I don't wake up until like early afternoon.
I don't. Your room is across the building from me, so I don't
Do you
know.
want it to wake you up?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, then it's early, and you're very unhappy about being awake this early.
Anyone that, if anyone is in their room and rushes out at the sound, you would see me stumbling out of my room, backing away. If you could see into my room, you would see like my blankets are on the floor, my table is knocked over, there's books everywhere. Like it looks like I just like panicked and started freaking out, and I'm slowly backing out of my room. I'm gonna say like in pajamas, so I'm just in like a cotton tunic and like regular like cotton pants, like nothing fancy. And because my dexterity is not good, I'm gonna say I even trip backing out of my room, fall on my butt, and I'm like all but crab crawling backwards out of my room.
I sleepily and in an annoyed manner throw sparkles at you.
Glimmer will walk upstairs because I was definitely probably downstairs at this point. What?
The hell is your problem, woman?
You guys would see this creature slowly walking out of my room.
Okay, send it on its way.
I mean, it's like 1.5 feet tall, by the way, at the shoulder, kind of thing. Like,
What do you mean
big cat
send it on
size.
its way? I don't even know what it is!
Quick question. Do these rooms have windows, and do the windows have glass?
They do.
Okay.
You can open the glass.
I'm on the outside of the building, though, so...
You would have heard her scream because Cisa had her windows, before I removed all the windows to get rid of the walls, her windows were both open.
Okay, in that
Oh,
case, can I kind of like off the side of the roof, like flip down through her window?
If you break my window, you better be able to mend it back.
If it's open, I can flip straight in.
Depends on how much is open.
Okay.
I'm going to say no because these were original windows to the watchtower, and they're more like oversized
Arrow
arrow
slits.
slits.
Okay.
So it's not,
Never
they're
mind.
literally just not wide enough for you to get through.
Oh, never mind then. In that case, I'm just going to make my way downstairs the natural, normal way.
It's... What? Can I get a check to see? It's clearly some sort of cat. Some sort
Arcana
of-
check.
Okay. Why did that roll animal handling? Do you want me to re-roll it or just add my modifier? I'll re-roll it.
Just add the modifier, it's fine.
Okay, then the 27, really high for Arcana.
Oh yeah, you definitely know that this is like related to sphinxes. It's a small version that you've heard of called a Sphinx of Wonder. Often a lot more peaceful and kindly to people than most sphinxes are, which have often bad relationships with people.
Lyra, it's fine. I don't know why it's here, but it's not going to hurt you. It's related to sphinxes, actually.
Sphinx.
Of wonder, actually. Very intelligent. I don't know if this is true. Do you speak?
I don't know if it would say anything, Endis. And you're muted.
I cannot even remember what their stat block is. Just a second.
They speak common and celestial.
Then yeah, it speaks. So I would imagine it was like a snarky response to that, but it's up to you. It's your Sphinx.
Well, and that's just it. Like as far as Lyra knows, she has this is like she doesn't even know where this thing came from. So I'm okay, DM, if you want to RP this Sphinx until I've accepted responsibility for it.
I think that's a good play because it lets you then RP with your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't want to take over
but...
because
No, go for it.
of course I can speak, and it's like just it sits down and starts licking its paw.
Okay, I thought so. Is there a reason you're here? Clarifying
Obviously.
question. Why are you here?
Because something drew me here.
And that something landed you in her room.
You seem smart. Can you connect those dots?
Thank you.
I'm really in trouble.
What did you do?
I don't know. I don't know. It just appeared. It was there. It was on me. It was staring at me. Do you have a name? I don't want to keep calling you it.
I've had many names.
What can I call you?
Whatever you want.
Oh, that doesn't help. Okay. I'll have to think on that one. Glimmer, help! I don't know what happened. I was sleeping and I woke up and it was here.
I would like to go up to it and like hold out a hand to it, kind of like, you know, you would to a cat to see if it'll let you pet it.
And yeah, sorry, I missed your Arcana check there, Splenda. You do know what this thing is as well, in general terms at least.
Okay. How
And
does
it
it
will
react
do-
to me holding it?
It will do the typical cat thing of like leaning way over to sniff your hand, and then snapping back after it's sniffed.
I will, after it snaps back, I will like hastily boop its nose, giggle, and then fly away.
Sort of shakes its head and snorts, but otherwise doesn't react.
Well, Lyra, to my understanding, and please correct me if I'm incorrect, but when they said they were drawn here, and my understanding of the general bond, Lyra, Yes. You did this.
How? How? How did,
I think your magical display last night should be your first clue.
what have I gotten myself into?
You needed me, so now I'm here. It's not that complicated.
Well, the magics
Oh.
that allow her to do this is complicated and new.
Very new. So we're like friends?
Oh, girl. No, well, you could be, but that's not how that works.
I don't know what this is. I don't have a grid for this. And
It's
I'm
not
like,
that-
like now I'm sitting up cross-legged versus like leaned back, ready to like run.
It's not that complicated. You reached out with your deep need in your heart into the cosmos. You grabbed a hold of, was this thing celestial or fey or which?
Oh,
It has to be one of them.
it's celestial.
You grabbed a hold of one of the spirits of light that was looking for something it needed to do, and you just clasped onto that and yanked it close to your breast and rammed me into this trap. So now I'm here
Oh,
to help you.
well,
What language is it speaking?
Common.
Okay.
well, at least you sound really smart. Sorry, friend, I'm not very intellectual.
Lyra,
It's
you're
intelligence even.
you're going to have to spend
it's
some
much
time
higher than
to evaluate what
It's got an
you
intelligence
can
of 15.
now do.
Yeah. And I'm looking the cat up and down. Yeah. This explains why I had a celestial horse last night.
Does it?
I would think so.
Is it the same entity? Is it?
They're both
Is it? Are you
celest-
also the steed spirit in this form, or is this separate?
I could be.
I don't think it is. The steed feels different. This feels different. Well, maybe not. There's a familiarity to it, but I don't know. I don't know. Your wings are pretty.
Thank you. This form isn't me. It's just what you rammed me into. You could
Oh,
also ram me into a steed.
While this is
Oh.
happening, I would just like completely interject like super rudely, and go, ooh, 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 can you sparkle? And then I would like twirl around and sparkle my wings and see if it can do the same.
I slowly like side eye Eventide.
I'm totally ignoring you.
I know, but it's totally one of those looks of like read the room.
You're asking Eventide to read the room. Good joke.
I know.
Do you know how much sparkles would get stuck in my fur?
That's a good point.
So at this, Eventide's intrusive thoughts win, and she throws a handful of sparkles at him.
He sees you rear your head back, and he just immediately goes, "No, no, no, no," and starts running away.
I was gonna say, are sparkles like glitter that they once they get somewhere, they're like not getting away.
I imagine it runs like back into my room.
And shuts
I mean,
the door.
if your door is open, I'm gonna follow it and giggle my ass off while I throw handfuls of glitter at it.
Oh,
It's
I
just going
to-
out the window.
Yeah.
Because I think
Wait, it can
based
get
on the
out the
picture, it can
window?
fly, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I can fly too.
I know.
And you can squeeze through the window.
I sure can. I'm tiny.
Your size small.
So
Or
they're
are you
like
even tiny?
No, I'm not tiny. I'm small.
If you're small, you can squeeze through.
Yeah.
so they're like cat and mouse chasing each other around the
Except
tower, I imagine.
Cat dog,
And I'm just
maybe.
going,
Oh, in this case, the cat's the one being chased.
Well, I'm just
Yeah.
pelting it.
And so I think, yeah, Virgil, if you didn't come up or come down, you'd now be seeing this fly out the window.
I'm just watching the pair of them from like on the roof.
So, like, as they've left, I stand up. Glimmer, I don't know what to do with this. What did I do?
You summoned, it is not something that I've chosen to learn, but I'm familiar with the magic of pulling a helpful spirit and placing that spirit into some sort of familiar small being.
Okay, so you said they're not my friend. That's not how
It
this
could be.
works.
Correct.
How does it work then?
A bond. You've requested aid, and it is fulfilling that aid. You can treat
Oh my
it
God,
well
you
or
have a
poorly, and
spring.
that's what it is.
Okay. Okay. So now I have a sphinx.
It could
To
be
hang out
something
with me.
else, but that is currently what the spirit is inhabiting.
I mean, they're stunning. I've never seen anything so beautiful. I just...
Based on my understanding of the magic involved in that, it could come in different forms. It doesn't have to be that, but I suppose you could keep it that way. I don't know what would happen if it should somehow disappear or perish, but
I don't know. I need a tutor. I need a teacher.
That
I
would be
need
me.
Something.
I understand magic quite well, and again, while I don't know that specific spell, I could probably figure it out.
Okay. So how do we figure out what else I can do now? Because I don't want to hurt anybody in my sleep if I'm casting stuff in my sleep now.
What's interesting about this is that, to my understanding, normally that takes quite a bit of concentration and active casting to accomplish. So this is puzzling to me. It's not like someone like myself would summon something like this. I can't tell you how I would experiment with seeing what you're capable of with your magic. That's not how I understand magic. I am intellectually capable of understanding spells in front of me, and I have the prowess to cast them as I figure them out. But as a whole, I don't just know how to do things. It is not instinctual for me.
Okay, so for
I've
you,
learned this.
For you, it's an act of study and comprehension.
Indeed.
Where for me, it's intuition.
Perhaps I have my body and mind have limitations of how much I can comprehend, and even just magic as a whole takes a toll on me. And I don't know if that's my age or what, but I have my limits, and I can recover that. But I don't know how your faith has impacted your magics. I don't know how whatever is happening to you now impacts that, because to my study, this is not... Summoning magics like this are especially... Well, perhaps it is of your faith. Usually it's not as common to pull celestial things. I think it is possible, though.
I don't know.
Right about now, the the Sphinx of Wonder comes barreling in from one of the other rooms that had an open window, and just it's flying through the air. It slams on your shoulder heavily, scrambles for a couple seconds until it gets traction and perches there. And I'm sure Eventide is coming in right behind it.
Is Eventide coming in right behind the Sphinx?
Yep.
If you're still charging at the Sphinx, I swat at you like I would swat at a fly.
Hey!
Once it's on your shoulder and secure, it just shakes itself. This mountain of glitter just pours off of it onto you.
Eventide. And my eyes are closed, and I imagine like it's on my right shoulder, and I like the entire right side of my face is now covered in glitter. So like I open, and like my right eyelash is just full of glitter. There's glitter in my hair. There's glitter all over my shirt. Eventide. Unless you can remove the glitter from me and my companion, there will be problems.
I, like a petulant 5-year-old, stick my tongue out at you.
Glimmer,
Yes.
please contain the toddler.
Weren't we just talking like 10 minutes ago about how I know you less now?
I am now covered in glitter. There's a big difference.
Eventide. I can appreciate your enthusiasm, but perhaps consent is something that could be considered.
You guys are no fun. And I'll flutter around and like use like my right wing to like gently fan the glitter off of you guys.
I imagine it's like going into Michael's. You're just spreading it around. It's not
Well,
going away.
Yeah, it's
just
not on you,
moving.
but it is now on the floor. You're muted.
The Sphinx is also starting to do that aggressive cat grooming thing that they sometimes do.
Sorry.
Still perched on your shoulder.
From outside, you hear through the window slit. If you're near it, you just hear, "What in the heck is going on down there?"
Eventide found glitter.
And the other creature?
Lyra can now summon aid.
Aid. Ada. We'll call you Ada.
Okay.
How
Do
do
you
you want
not-
to spell it for
Do
the
you not
notes?
like that? Do you not
ADA.
like- Yeah, ADA. Do you not like
It's
it
fine.
like Ada? Okay. I mean, I could come up with something more fancy.
ADA meets ADHD.
We're both special.
I met Eventide, but yeah.
I'm not annoyed at you, I'm annoyed at glitter. Aggressive licking again.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna need a bath. There's a stream nearby if you want to, like, try and leave it for the fish. And I go, like, with Ada still on my shoulder, I go into my room, grab, like, a change of clothes and a towel, and go to leave. I have to get this glitter out. It's in my ear hole.
Stop.
What?
And Glimmer just casts prestidigitation and cleans you.
Oh. That's nice.
I say nothing, but I huff very loudly.
Is that better for you, Ada?
And I will do the same thing to the Sphinx.
It kind of just shakes itself as the rest of it comes out of it. Yes. It goes back to grooming itself.
Thanks. I think I'm still gonna go take a bath. Maybe Ada and I can figure out what this relationship is. Have some conversations, and then I don't I don't know how to test what I've learned safely. So maybe you can help me figure that out when I get back.
I will think of a few tests. I'm not sure what that means yet, but
Okay. I don't yeah, cuz I know we're supposed to make the decision of whether or not we're going to go help at the apothecarium. Um I don't know if it's safe for me to enter the apothecarium right now.
we wouldn't be. We would be going to a ruin of a temple.
Well, as long as I don't mind if it gets ruined.
We don't know what it looks like yet, but if we assume the worst, then there is something there that has taken those people, or worse.
Yeah.
I would like to think of a better scenario, much like with our work with the Tolkris, that we can bring people home.
Okay. Well, that might be a safer place to let some of this magic out. Like I feel like I need to
Perhaps.
like get it out of me. It's hard to explain. Like it does like it's here and it's okay in me, but it wants to be used.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. It just there's an agitation with it.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm gonna go bathe. We really need to get hot water in this place.
Well, good news. Not only are we now friends with some crafty engineers in Sharn, but we are potentially doing a favor for a group that is a consortium of master craftsmen. If we need pipes to move water,
That would be amazing.
then, as I said the other night, while this isn't necessarily in our purview of things that are important, it is something that certainly couldn't hurt to be in bed with some of the more powerful movers and shakers of the town.
Now I know I'm a child because she's giggling. You said be in bed with. She starts giggling. Sorry, that's a really weird term.
You can go now.
Okay. And I've got my clothes and my clothes in my left arm and my towel and my boots in my right arm, and I am barefoot exiting. And as I can't see the rest of the map, like the larger map, where was the water at? I know there was a pond or a stream or something.
I don't know how you can click outside of the map. I can't.
Just the
It's-
general direction.
It's south of where your sanctuary is by a fair
Yeah.
bit.
Like
down-
south of the tree.
Down this way.
Yeah, like there's a bit of a hill just below where you can see actually the edge of the hill right there,
Right.
where there's a bit of a bluff, and then up on top of that bluff, there's just south, somewhat to the right, there's the big pond there.
That's fine. So then I'm just gonna go put my token down there so I know I'm down at the water. And my familiar is down there with me. And we're creating some type of a relationship.
I will send a message to Bellaril, the Blazemore. Good day. I am Glimmer. We spoke last night. You will have our answer shortly. We will be by later. $24. No, that was actually 21 words. Not 24, sorry.
Or counting. When you get back from Bellarella is, a voice in my head startled me so bad I almost dropped a red hot ingot on my foot. I'll be here in the forge. Cuts out. Cuts 25.
Excellent. Right. I suppose that would be surprising. I should use that a bit more sparingly. Then where's my token? I'm gonna go back downstairs. I would like to find Torque.
Torque is upstairs in the common area,
Oh, okay.
right around the bedrooms.
Have you just been completely ignoring all the shenanigans?
I came out and looked at her when she was freaking out and said, "What the hell's wrong with you, woman?" And then watched the whole interaction and stood there like a grumpy father shaking his head.
And then, Eventide, are you in your room again, or where did you end up?
I would have gone down to one of the common areas.
Okay. I'll come upstairs to find Torque. Torque, I know you served under a family for a number of years doing security, and I need to know your honest assessment of the change in Lyra.
Oh,
Given what we saw in that prison.
I mean, she's obviously compromised in one way or another. Whether that's a long-term negative for us, I don't know, but it'll definitely be something to keep an eye on, because the last thing we need is a sword in our backs.
True. And I have a great many concerns that she was hiding, that the thing under that mountain was speaking to her, commanding, or reaching out with its magics. She says it's quiet now, but yet she's gained all these things. This magic.
Well, he was no ordinary magic user. I mean, you don't rule over giants for millennia without, you know, exceptional power and still be around somehow 40 millennia later.
I am not trying to sound like I'm discounting that being's power, but Lyra says it's not speaking to her, yet she has all of these new capabilities, and I question her forthcoming. I think she's afraid. And she's in deeper than she knows.
Well, I mean, if she was talking to him, then she's definitely in deeper than she knows.
What do we do?
Well, option 1, kill her. Option 2, monitor her and hope nothing goes bad. Option
Okay.
3, ostracize her. Kick her out. Get her as far away from us as possible.
I don't think we can do that last one. We can all get into the prison.
You're right. Logically, if we're not going to keep her around, the best option would be to kill her.
I don't want that to be the default.
Want or not, it is the most logical.
We don't know how big of a problem this is yet. But I have very real fears that she's not going to be able to handle this. God, she's so much like a daughter. We can't just start with violence.
Either way, if we don't know for certain, we treat her as an enemy. And you do one of two things with enemies. You kill them, or you keep them really close.
She doesn't even understand what all she can do yet. And I think, and this is something my husband used to say when he was in the military, understand your enemy's capabilities before you attack, because if you're surprised, then that can only lead to tragedy. She's interested in learning what she can do, And I think that's helpful for all of us. We'll call it an evaluation.
I suppose one positive is that it seems a lot of her newfound abilities are celestial based. And, I mean, there are worse powers to tap into.
That doesn't seem to line up with the kind of things we would expect.
No,
from-
he was very necromantic.
I don't know what that means then. I think the responsible answer is we need to watch for now. Because Lyra doesn't have the confidence that I think she knows is there. She's so capable and strong, and she's such a pain in my ass, and loyal, helpful, and I can't let her succumb to whatever is there. I can't.
Then we just have to make sure that when she finds that confidence, it's aimed in the right direction. And be ready to act if it's not.
I don't know what I'm gonna do if that's the case. I'm gonna need help with this torque. I can't be the judge of this. I can understand the magics and the forces involved, but I can't be the one.
The one to what?
I can't be the one to I was just like this with my kids. My husband was the disciplinarian. I can't be the one to deliver the punishment.
I am more than capable of doing that.
I know. I don't want us to come to the time where we have to rely on that. Virgil will also be watching her. But I need you to watch too.
I watch
will-
everyone.
Thank you. and I'll like give him a pat or whatever, and I'll go back downstairs.
If there's nothing else anyone wants to do in the morning, we can shift forward to when you guys are heading into town. Just assume that was still the plan. It's pings. Nothing about Torque is kid-like, so no.
Hey, he's only been sentient for 17 years, so he's technically a kid.
Sorry, I'll play the. I mean, I'm quite literally playing the mom this game. It's okay.
It's fairly easy to find your way to the God's Hammer Forge, which is run by. What's her name that I've already forgotten the name of?
Bellaril.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was like Bellaril or Bellaril. So.
Bellaril.
Yeah, she runs the whole thing. It's a massive forge. Like you can see there's 3 different distinct forges in the place, and then a whole bunches of under blacksmiths who are all busy working on various projects as you're walking in.
So officially, we didn't have the conversation whether we were taking this job or not. Partially because,
Dell's not here.
Correct.
But the
Do
assumption
you want
was
to cut and have that conversation before you opt into this? Because if so, we'd have to call it for tonight, basically.
I mean,
Yeah,
we've
We're
only
getting close to
got
that time anyway.
20 minutes left, yeah.
I
It's a
would
question
honestly
whether-
say just wait, personally.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a problem, but it's still good to have the conversation. I don't mind that at all.
Well, yeah, my thought
I
is
figure
also
that's-
that we're at end time too, right? So
Yeah, we're kind of leaning that way regardless. It'd
Yeah,
be
we
my
were gonna
guess.
literally finish off this and then kick you guys into the start of the journey and then cut there before we got into any actual journey stuff. So yeah, we can leave that till next week. That's fine.
then we would revert back to we haven't left yet.
Yeah, we will
From
revert back to
understanding-
we haven't left the bastion. So if there's anything anybody wants to converse,
Yeah.
like what you're gonna be doing and all that.
Okay.
The one thing I've double check this. No, that's 2 weeks away for Northern Goblin not being here.
Yeah, that's in 2 weeks' time. This coming weekend I'm fine. Next weekend I'm fine. The week after is performance week.
No, you posted it in the middle of the session, so I was just double checking that wasn't next week.
No. It's just I realise now because if I don't do it now, I'm probably going to forget. And I didn't
If
want
it
to
was
drop.
next week, I'd be like, Virgil, make your vote now.
Yeah, I was like, if the thing is, if I try and give you as much notice as I can, rather than drop it on you. Oh, I'm not here next week when you have plans.
Mhm.
No, that's fine. Oh, so we'll cut it there. I'll
Cool.
switch this back to the bastion map before I forget.
Instead of just the giant map.
And
Was
we'll call
the little forest that you had mentioned actually on the larger map or no?
Yeah, it's an actual place, and the place you're going is actually marked on there, though it's not given a name, I don't think.
What did you call it again?
Skyraker Forest.
Skyraker. Okay.
Yeah, it's to the south and mostly to the east, east of Shadowlock Keep. And there's a little ruin right in the middle of it, pretty much due east of Shadowlock.
Shadowlock Keep. A little. Yep. Okay. Got it.
according to the lore, that's supposed to be an old orc fortress that's been abandoned, but screw that, I have a better idea.
Yeah. FYI, and this, I'm gonna link you a guy's YouTube profile, and he does deep dives on Eberron lore, and it is the coolest shit. He is so good at it, and he literally just released an episode about Drome yesterday.
There's a lot of super cool shit that goes on there. Like I've been reading up on a lot of the deeper stuff for Drome as well, and I'm going to be tying some of that in later on. But I'm going to leave exactly how to later because it's going to be fun.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Good job, everyone, tonight. That was a seriously awesome RP.
I love this game. Yeah, that was such good.
Good job, everyone.
A lot of character stuff.
Yeah, I really enjoy character change. Like that is my favorite. Like my goal into every game, that it doesn't happen every game, but some sort of character growth that changes, like whether good to evil, evil to good, or some aspect around that. That is always like the goal, and it doesn't always happen, but it's always super cool when it can.
Yeah, we spent this whole night, going over like, oh my god, are we gonna have to kill her? This is scary. And wee, Sparkles!
She's going down the dark path, and now she has a sparkle kitty. What the hell is going on with this game?
Like I like how the whole time I'm like to Glimmer. I think you're like the kind, gentle, and most considerate of them. And she's there like, do we have to kill somebody? Jesus.
And I will let people know because I think I've touched base with a couple people on this. We've got one more arc here, which will take you guys to level 9, and then the next big section of the game is going to be resolving a whole bunch of personal quests and things. Some of you probably already know what they are. Big hint on Cease.
I have an idea.
You've run into all of your major issues already. It's just going to be resolving some of that's going to be in there at some point.
Yeah, I have an idea, but I'm not going to make assumptions yet.
Yeah, so. You're one of the ones I need to touch base with more to figure it out.
That's fine.
But like Torque, I've got completely figured out. Virgil, I've got mostly figured out.
Yep. All right, cool.
Where did I come from? That's the one I could figure out.
Let's do it all again next week.
Yeah, can't wait. Have a good week and look after yourselves, guys.
Night, everyone.
Good night,
everyone.
All right, and we are done for the night. Good game. It's always an interesting game when you have to have a conversation with one person about whether or not to kill your wife. So,
Your wife's character.
Well, yeah, my wife's character, not my wife. Obviously. But yeah, so Torque's turning a bit. Not necessarily going evil, not going crazy, but he's changing slightly from what he was. That's part of his arc. Excuse me. I will be back Tuesday and Thursday raid nights. I don't know if Edamame Enterprise is going to be raiding on Tuesday. So Tuesday I'll either be raiding with them or Relentless. Devourer, Demon Hunter point of view. Should be fun. And then Thursday will definitely be with Relentless. Yeah. And then we'll be back here doing more of this wonderful D&D-ness next Saturday. So until Tuesday, as always, thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out. And have a great night.